which one of you can identify that railroad the quickest? Okay, somehow I thought it was way farther away, but it's just across the street. Woo! Okay. Okay, let's go in. So I just had a really nice conversation with a lady that works here at the visitor center. She wasn't comfortable with being on camera. So I'm just going to relay a little bit about our conversation. She's super into trains. She was rattling off all these trips she's done. She's taken trains across Canada and in the US. She's originally from the East Coast, just like me. And then she'd taken trains in Europe, and she was recommending the Bernina Express, which I have at least one other friend who's recommended that. So it's on my list. So I always pay attention when people kind of, certain names like come up more than once or twice. So anyways, we had just a delightful conversation. Actually, side note too, turns out her daughter lives in Asheville, North Carolina, from North Carolina. And so there's just a lot of crossover, and we could talk about the recent natural disaster there as well. And which she lives just outside of Asheville, right close to my stepdad, actually. So anyways, it was just really nice. For me, this is all about connecting with people. And so it was great to be able to talk about all the things. But that said, I saw there's a cool sign in here about the railroad. So let's check that out. What I can learn here, Southern Pacific Railroads. Okay, I'm not gonna hold it there for 10 minutes or something, but hopefully you guys can pause if you want to read everything, because I feel like there's a lot there. But it was mostly talking about the citrus industry and the railroad, and how integral the Union Pacific has been to this area. Okay, that was a delight. Yeah, she was even telling me, this lady, about how her uncle, his whole basement on the East Coast was full of trains, Lionel trains growing up. And anyways, we had a great chat. And then the other lady in there has sent me on my way to a museum. So I'm gonna head down the street. But another little fun factoid, while I was in there chatting with lady number one, I'm keeping her anonymous. We discovered through a little bit of research, well, here, this is gonna be a question for you guys. First of all, do you know where the oldest passenger station is in the world that is still operating as a passenger station? The oldest in the world, 1800s, that is still operating. I have a feeling that a couple of you might get it. So okay, that's a thing. Post it in the comments as soon as you know. But I mean, anybody could search for it on Google, but if you happen to already know this, that would be really cool. And also, this was that lady's idea. I just want to put it out to you. Let's see, do we go under, over? What to do? All right, I guess I'll just keep it on here. Okay, if you can tell me about Union Pacific's history in Santa Barbara, if you can tell me about that car that we saw a few minutes ago and how it got to be there. My understanding is that it's never been open for a tour or anything like that. It's just been sitting there to look at. But if you have any information you want to share, I think that's one of the most wonderful things. I love when I post episodes and then you all have all these stories like, oh, and I've been there, I went there with my family as a kid. But also there's a lot of history you end up sharing. And so anyways, so I'm opening up the platform for all of you. I'm glad I wound up stopping there after all. Have a little added bonus. And now that I'm in the courtyard, I'm gonna sit down by the fountain and just kind of. So now it's officially a wrap, and I'll see you all soon. You make Train Talk with Lisa possible by clicking on the membership tab to become a member, or by clicking on that cute little heart-shaped thank you button. Thank you for being a part of the Train Talk with Lisa community, and I will see you very soon.